This, I would say, is a number one contributing factor to my entire lifestyle. Like, I have people reach out to me and they're like, how do you have this much energy? How do you keep up with your kids? How do you do all the things that you do? Ladies, it is that time of year again. It is officially time for the 2025 holiday gift guide. All of my absolute favorite things that I've been loving all throughout the year. There is no gatekeeping. We are sharing all of the things that makes life more productive, happy, healthy, wealthy, checking all the boxes to be the best wife, mom, woman in business, leader, all of the things. And I've broken them down for you into all the categories: home and kitchen, productivity, health and wellness, fitness, all the things. So we are, without further ado, going to get into the home and kitchen essentials. This is what you have to have in your kitchen this year. So let's take notes. I'm dropping all the links down in the description below. So it's just easy, one click link away. Or maybe this is what you send off to your hubby or your friends and just, give them a little hint. It never hurts to just spread a little Christmas cheer, holiday cheer early and drop some hints to make sure, the things that we want that are on our list for all the people that we take care of throughout the year. They also know how to, reciprocate. So let's dive in. We are starting with the 2025 must-have holiday gift guide, home and kitchen essentials. All right. The first thing that is on my list, and I am so excited about this one. My best friend, Natalie, has this in her kitchen, and she was actually just sharing this with me just last week. And I said, this is a must have on the list for this year. It is the Skylight digital calendar. Ladies, oh my gosh, we have been operating with all the papers and the laminators and all the things. The Skylight digital calendar makes it so easy to put all of the meals, to put all of the schedules, all of the chores for the kids, like literally all in one. I'm super excited about this as a high performance coach because not only does this help me with all the meals that I do every single week, but it also puts all the schedules for the kids, for myself, for the team, for the hubby, any of the help in the home, like it all gets to be in one spot. So number one on the home and kitchen essentials is the Skylight digital calendar, must have for every high performance mama. All right. Number two, under home and kitchen essentials. And by the way, these are in no particular order. These are just the things that I absolutely love and either have and love them or they're actually on my holiday list this year. So that's why I'm sharing with you the things that I absolutely love and have loved. Like some of these products or services that I'm sharing with you, I have personally been using for years. So that's why for me, I want to be able to share with you, maybe there's certain discount links or promo links that you get to use when you click them specifically for the holidays. So make sure while you're here, you subscribe to the channel below because every single week I am bringing you tips and strategies and hacks on how to slay your day, become ultra productive, and unlock your full potential. So without further ado, let's get into the next home and kitchen essential, which are my beloved caraway pans. I have been using these now for over 5 years, and these are non-toxic. They are so great. They're so easy. The storage, I love a good storage system, and they're beautiful. I actually just bought these for my brother and his girlfriend. They just bought a new home together. So congratulations to Eric and Lise. And I just bought them the brand new full kitchen sets that they have for their kitchen. I have loved them so much that I wanted to also gift this to my brother. And again, they are non-toxic. They don't have the chemicals on them. They are safe. They're healthy. And we use them every day. This is literally a product that I use every single day in my home for the past 5 years. So I highly recommend these, and they're really cute because they come in so many different colors. You can match them to your kitchen, or, we went neutral. We went with the neutral, like cream vibes. My brother actually went with the green sets. But again, love these, been using them for years. All right. The next gadget, or I should say gadgets, under my home and kitchen essentials are a must have for any woman. I'm talking if you're married, if you have kids, if you're running a business, like this is the probably number one like life hack to being able to get dinner on the table and feel like you can work and get dinner and just like make it all work. And it's actually a twofer. So it is the slow cooker and the air fryer. I use both of these throughout the week. The air fryer is great. I love you guys see me cooking up my salmon bowls. Typically on Mondays we do our salmon bowls, our like poke bowls. Love using my air fryer for like the kids for homemade chicken fingers. We do a lot of things. I should say I do a lot of things in my air fryer that make it so easy and healthy. And then also the slow cooker. I'm literally using it right now, like downstairs. I'm cooking some meatballs. Again, I mean, this is like a staple year round, especially for a busy working mom when you can just throw a bunch of stuff in there and have dinner ready to go that night. So must have. And by the way, I'll tease this here. If you are going to snag my new book that's coming out in January, it is half cookbook, half coffee table style book. There is an entire chapter in there, couple chapters of recipes that are under 30 minutes, healthy and easy cleanup. And there's a whole bunch of recipes that include slow cooker recipes. So make sure you get those as well as the air fryer. Make sure you get that and the new book coming out in January. Ladies, can I be real with you? I'm 38. I get Botox. I'm a busy mom and I do not have time for a 10-step skincare routine. That's why I'm obsessed with Liviand. It's a simple 4-step skincare system that actually works. It starts with a purifying cleanser. It removes the day, the makeup, and the mom life chaos, leaving my skin clear and fresh. Then I go to the vitamin C brightening serum. Instant glow even when I've had zero sleep. Next, I use the hyaluronic restoration cream, a total hydration boost that keeps my skin plump and smooth all day long. And finally, the firming cream. This one's the secret sauce. It visibly tightens, plumps, and renews your skin with the soursop leaf and fruit extracts, the dual peptides, and fruit stem cells. Basically, it helps me stretch those beauty appointments for months. Because as we know, moms deserve skincare that's simple, effective, and makes us feel amazing in our skin. Head to soursopnutrition.com and check out the Liviand Skin Care System. And don't forget, use code SANDY20 for 20% off your purchase. Liviand Skincare, aging on your terms. Okay, moving on. My next gadget that I have for you under home and kitchen essentials is my almond cow. Now, many of you have seen me use this in my kitchen, especially for my homemade coffees that I make in the morning. I make my homemade creamers and then just like almond or cashew coconut milk to have in the house. It is so good. It's so fresh. You literally make it from scratch. So you can make it in under 5 minutes. I usually soak my almonds or my cashews, whatever nuts I'm using. That is the longest part, literally just soaking the almonds, the cashews for a few hours before you use it. But this is amazing. Like you can literally use it to make homemade creamers and milks. And you buy the like almond milks or the cashew milks in the store and they're filled with gums and fillers and sweeteners. This is literally whatever nuts you're going to use, cashews, almonds. You could do a coconut milk or a coconut in there also. I put a little bit of sea salt. I do a date, a little bit of vanilla, some water, and boom, it's done. So easy. And then you have it for the week. So grab your almond cow. This is one of my favorite gadgets that I've been using again for the past, maybe even 8 years. Amazing. We love it. Homemade milks for the week. Okay, my next absolute, I would say 2025 top gadget of the year is our Ninja Creamy. It is a staple now in our house. We make these high protein weekly creamies. We've done churro, we've done birthday cake, we've done coffee, we've done strawberry cream cheese, we've done chocolate banana. Like we have made so many different flavors. This is, I will tell you, ladies, like last year I told you what one of Jared's favorites home essentials was on this list, which I'm also going to share this year because it's still one of our favorites. But the creamy is one of my husband and my kids' favorite things. And again, like I'm so, and like you guys know, I kind of had like my sourdough era that I was in, which I still want to get back into. But there's just something about, when you are in like this high performance mode and mindset, there's just something about like being really creative with your hands, whether it's like baking some bread or making homemade milk or ice cream or making a homemade meal that like slows life down. And I've mentioned this on a few of my podcast episodes and a few speaking engagements that I've had recently, that like life just feels like it's in fast forward mode. And I think that's because, I thank you, God. Like life is so full and so beautiful, but there's a lot of moving pieces. And so when that feeling of like fast forward mode, feels like it can be a lot of times, slowing down and actually doing these things. Like I've been loving lately coloring with Jordy. Like we will pull up a YouTube video. I'm learning how to draw with him. We're coloring together. Like it's just this beautiful moment to pause and slow down and be in the moment. And for me, like making these homemade meals or baking bread or doing the creamy, or like even something as simple as like the almond milk and like making that homemade milk, there's just something about the simplicity of it, and like not having to be on the phone while you're doing it and using that as a connection point that I really, really love. So a lot of the things that I'm sharing with you this year, they are very intentional for connection time while also bridging the gap of being productive, but like full moments of like family and health and wealth and just like bridging that gap. So I think that's really important to mention also, because as high achievers as we are, and wanting it all and knowing that you want to have a full life, like a full life in whatever capacity that means for you, wife life, mom life, your career, your health and wellness, like all of those buckets, there's just something so special about having a homemade meal, making, a homemade bread, or even something simple like an ice cream. Like, so that's why it's really important that I'm sharing things with you that we really, really love in our home, that as full and beautiful as life is, it gives you these moments to like slow down and connect. So that's my little spiel on the creamy and the baking and the cooking, because I know that like if this allows us to have those moments, I know that you're going to find the joy in that too. Okay, the next home and kitchen essential that I want to share with you are our fridge organizers. Now, you guys know, like, I'm all about the organization. So, the fridge organizers, we've been using these for the past, I don't even know how long, forever, just to keep the fridge organized. And the way that we do this is like, the fruits go in a certain section, the cheeses, the yogurts, the vegetables. So everything is also very accessible to the boys. So even though, they're 5 and 8, they can't really reach all the way up top in the fridge, they can reach those containers, those organizers in the sections that like the foods that we want them to eat. Again, the cheese sticks, the yogurts, the apples, the fruits, even like the cucumbers and, the fruits and vegetables that they can snack on. So fridge organizers, add them in the cart. You'll be so glad you did. All right, moving on to the next home and kitchen essential. This is my tried and true Nespresso maker and my frother. Now, like you guys know, if you've been following me lately, I am obsessed with my coffee making. Like I probably have an like maybe an unusual like coffee ritual, and like it's a little elevated. Like I don't just brew a cup of coffee. Like I am very intentional about the milk that I'm making that's going in there, and like the butters, like a nut butter or a peanut butter or a maple butter, and like this cinnamon and like just the process of it. So I'm actually going to say, because I'm adding something here that I didn't originally have, but I think it's important, is an espresso maker plus the frother, because you need that frother in order to get a really good froth on your coffee. And then what I also want to add is my ice cube maker, because I have like the pellet ice cube maker, which is great for your coffees. And also I have, it's just like this little silicone, again, I'll link it below, a silicone coffee maker. Well, no, it's not a coffee maker. It's a silicone like mold, ice cube mold, and you fill it just a little bit up with coffee. I freeze it, and then in the morning I have my coffee ice cubes, which is great because then your coffee doesn't get watered down. So that being said, you need the whole thing. You need like the whole lineup. You need the Nespresso maker, the frother, and the ice cubes to really like take it to the next level. Can we just talk about how bedtime used to be for us? Oh my gosh, you guys, I was hanging off one side of the bed. My kids were laying sideways across the entire bed. And my husband, he was literally falling off the bed. Don't even get me started on the stiff necks. We were actually at the chiropractor more than we were sleeping. We just thought that we had to deal with it until we found Alaskan King bed. Now we can actually co-sleep without the kids kicking us all night long. Everyone has plenty of space, and my husband finally stays in the bed. And we all wake up feeling refreshed, like we actually slept the whole night, because we did. If you're a growing family like us, this bed is a total game changer. More space equals more snuggles, less stress, and so much more quality time. And that was the true reason why we fell in love with this bed. Trust me, you will never go back. So head on over to AlaskanKingBeds.com and use code Sandi for a discount. Wishing you and your family sweet dreams from my family to yours. Make sure you head over to AlaskanKingBeds.com. Okay, next up we have under home and kitchen essentials is the digital smart scale. Now, as you know, I did compete last year in a fitness competition, and one of the biggest contributors to helping me track not just weight, but like muscle mass and body fat and like multiple measurements of my body was having this digital smart scale that would track multiple like components of my body, water weight, again, muscle mass, skeletal mass, things like that. And so I'm linking this digital scale below because now look, I don't get on the scale every day. I actually grew up with not even having a scale in my house, which I think, you know, it was healthy. It was like I wasn't ever weighing myself like constantly, but I think, you know, on a bi-weekly basis, it's good to check in, especially if you're competing in any kind of like fitness or maybe even like a beauty competition, to just know what does the scale say, and not just the pounds like a traditional scale would tell you, but also your muscle mass, because that is another great metric to measure when you're trying to hit a goal. So that's why the digital smart scale is in here. I would highly recommend just so if you're going into the new year and you want to get healthy, this is a great tool to measure that progress. All right, my final gadget that I have for you under home and kitchen essentials. Now, this one I have to tell you is a new one from this year specifically. And I just bought this, I would say maybe 3 months ago, and I am loving this. Okay, I'll tell you why. The product is it's called a Hatch alarm clock. And the reason why I love this is because I am no longer putting my phone near my head at night. Like I've seen way too many studies that talk about the harmful effects. It's like putting a microwave next to your head. Like I'm just, and actually, as a matter of fact, I was getting really, really bad headaches. And I tried to like narrow down what was causing them. I ended up getting an amazing like fascia release massage that actually was the thing that took my headaches away. I was getting them to the point where it was like every single day, pretty much every afternoon after 1 o'clock. I thought it might be like TMJ, grinding my teeth. I thought it was because I wasn't wearing like a mouth guard. And so I took really drastic measures. I mean, I was going to the dentist, the chiropractor, the acupuncturist, um, regular massage, like nothing would cure this. And so a couple of the changes that I made were wear a mouth guard at nights. I now do not sleep with the phone next to my bed. And actually, since the massage and the phone being removed, I have not, knock on wood, I have not had any of these headaches. And those are probably the two biggest contributors. So I need to get my husband on board with this. But what I do is I still set my alarm clock on my phone as normal. I put it in the bathroom, but the Hatch alarm clock, what I love about this is it actually like gradually wakes you up. So next to my bed, it's kind of like the sun rising. So the first couple of nights that I had it, I woke up and I'm like, why is it so bright? But it's only on my side of the bed. So like it doesn't wake anybody else up. And yes, my husband's in my bed and so are my kids. So I'm the only one that got woken up by it. But like slowly and gradually, like the sun starts to rise on this. And it's a very gradual, like waking up process. So I love this. It's very it just, you don't have the phone by your bed, and that was the biggest like factor for me. And so long story short, phone is no longer at the top of my bed. We have this alarm clock, and it's been a complete game changer, and I absolutely love it. So I wanted to share that with you here because it is a new product that I have, but I am loving it and want to share with you. All right, moving on into health and wellness. Now, I guess some of these last products could also fall into health and wellness, but I have a couple amazing products here that I want to share with you, and services under health and wellness. Now, look, if you're a high performer, like health and wellness has to be at the top of your list, because if you're not healthy, nobody else around you is going to get what they need from you, meaning your clients, your spouse, your kids. And if you're not feeling good, if you don't have the energy, the sleep, the libido, like all of those things are so important into how you perform. So the number one thing that I want to share with you that has been an absolute game changer in my life since the day I started incorporating this was my vitamins, my daily vitamins that I take. I'm going to link them below, because this, I would say, is a number one contributing factor to my entire lifestyle. Like, I have people reach out to me and they're like, how do you have this much energy? How do you keep up with your kids? How do you do all the things that you do? You guys, I'm telling you, it's because actually two things. Number one, I've done my genetic test, so I know what specific supplements I need. And not only that, I have done my like precision genetic testing, and that's like one is a blood test, and then the other one is a cheek swab, and it tells you down to the foods that your body can eat or not eat, or the ones that are better for you or not so great for you. So I would highly recommend checking that out. I'm linking that below. That is all through 10x Health, the genetic test, the vitamins, and just figuring out what your blood panels are so you can operate at those high levels. All right. So as I mentioned in the beginning of this podcast, all of these links are linked in the description below. So for whatever reason, if you missed something or you needed a link, a lot of these either have affiliate links or there is a special code as well that you get a little bit of a discount. So that being said, I want to share with you my new obsession, which is the Live Beyond skincare. Now, I do have something special to share with you here. Now, I don't know about you, but I am a busy working mama, and I do not have time for like a 10-step skincare routine. Like, no, thank you. I don't even want that. I think that even if I didn't have kids, I still would not want a 10-step skincare routine. Like, it sounds exhausting. So what I love about Live Beyond is that it's 4 steps. You wash your face. You literally, like, we're doing that anyway. You got to like clean off the day. And then they have peptides and the rejuvenating like soursop in the Livians that actually like ages you in reverse. Okay. So I don't know about you guys, but your girl does get Botox. And what I can tell you is it actually extends the life of any of that you get. So like, I get a little here and there. And so like we do a little here, and here. Okay. Yes, that's what we do. So what I'll tell you is you will go months longer. It'll stretch the life of, if you do a little tweaking here and there, and it makes your skin so clear and so fresh. And it's almost like a face mask in a jar. Okay. So what I'll tell you about this is you have to try this out. Easy, simple, and effective. And not only am I going to link it below, but if you use code Sandi10, now you've seen me use this on Instagram and my social media, you've got to get this in your stocking for this year. It's literally like Botox in a jar. Okay. Snag that, use the code Sandi10, and you'll get 10% off that entire skincare system. All right. Moving on. The next few things that I want to share with you under the health and wellness picks, my favorites are, this was my husband's number one gift of like 2023, I want to say. And I still think that it is his favorite gift to this day, which is the chili pad. He runs, and both of my boys, so all three of them, run so hot at night. They literally are little, I call them my little hot pockets, and they're just so hot. Meanwhile, I'm freezing cold. So this chills down the bed. It can go hot or cold, but it chills down the bed. So if you run hot, like my fabulous hubby and my kiddos, you can turn it down, and it's like this air condition that's coming from the bottom of the bed. So they love it. They sleep amazing. Obviously, you still run your air conditioning at night, but it just like cools the bed down. So for any of you that run hot and you're always sweating at night and like kicking off the covers, you will love this. My husband will tell you this is like his absolute favorite thing, probably in our entire house. Maybe. I think, other than myself and the boys, this is probably the favorite thing in the house. So definitely check that out. It's linked below. This is a must have. All right. The next product that I want to share with you, I have been using now for almost a year. It is a favorite of mine. It is the weighted vest, but just not any weighted vest, because what I'll tell you is the ones that I was using last year were so bulky and so heavy. They were actually giving me neck problems. So the vest that I'm sharing with you below, it has to be this one. I've tried so many. It's not the Amazon ones. Okay. This is a very specific weighted vest you could wear all day long. You can do it when you are with your kids at soccer practice or going grocery shopping. When did I wear mine? I wore mine. Oh, when I was cleaning the house the other day, we were picking up all the holiday decorations. Okay. You must get this vest. It is hands down the best one that I have ever had. So weighted vest, get it into not only your like workout routine, but get it, just like put it on and like go about your day. You're going to burn extra calories. You're not really going to feel it. It's not like a super heavy, like 20-pound weighted vest. It's very like versatile. You can wear it during the day, but like this one is hands down the best one I've ever had. So go check that one out. I have it linked below. Okay. Speaking of workouts and, moving your body, one of my favorites for health and wellness picks is the walking desk. So I have, again, this linked below. It's just a desk that I put on. It's like an acrylic desk that I put on my Peloton when I'm walking, and I can walk and work and wear my weighted vest and smart multitask. So this is something I would highly recommend if you maybe do work from home and you have some days where internally you're working on some things for yourself or your team, and you can just put that desk on your walking pad or your Peloton, and you can just walk and work. It's great. Okay, so the final thing that I want to mention under health and wellness picks are the True Dark Elite Box Set. So this is a daylight, and so a daytime and a nighttime, like UV blocking, day night glasses. And what I've loved about these, you've probably seen me wear them before. There's one that's yellow, there's one that's red. It just blocks out all the artificial light, which is very straining on our eyes. Again, can cause headaches. And the red ones help you to transition from daytime to nighttime. And then the yellow ones are to block out all that artificial light during the day. So these are so great. I use them just walking, working at home, and also transitioning from day to night. Great to check these out, especially if you're just in an office all day long and you don't really get a lot of time outside. These are great to incorporate in just your day to day. All right, moving right along. Just want to share a few things with you that I absolutely love under fitness and lifestyle. So, as I mentioned last year, I cannot rave enough about my own personal trainer, Amanda Lifestyle. She has her own coaching program. You can reach out to her. She does personalized one-on-one training, and she has an app that you can do all of your workouts on and track and make progress every single day. So huge shout out to Amanda. She helped me take my 2 first place trophies, medals at the WBFF, and really helped to be such a huge coach and part of that process. So definitely check her out. Not only does she train me, but so many of my close girlfriends and I, she trains us either in person or virtually or through her app. So definitely check her out if you want to get into the fit mindset lifestyle going into the new year. Okay, and speaking about a few other fitness like hacks, some of my favorite things that I absolutely love are my bala bands. So, there's times when I go really, really heavy weight training, and there's a place and a purpose for that. I also love doing my bar workouts, like maybe a little bit less of the really heavy weighted workouts and doing something like a bar or a yoga. Bala bands are amazing for this. Again, those are linked below. And then for the days that I'm not doing an Amanda Lifestyle workout, I have been a Peloton member for the past, since I think before Jordy. So maybe 6 or 7 years. And I love incorporating the high intensity. I've got the bike, I've got the tread, I've got Amanda's app. So I kind of rotate all of them just depending on that time of the month, also depending on the intensity that I want to go. So this is a great kind of like mashup combination of being able to weight train and then also fit in weighted workouts, cardio, and bike and tread. So great options, each and every one of them. And then the final thing that I want to share with you here is one of my absolute favorite blow dryers, my hair dryer. So it's a dryer barrel curler. So it dries and styles at the same time. Talk about efficiency and productivity. Absolutely love this. It actually went out of stock for a while. It's back. So I would snag it now while you can. All right. To wrap up the final portion of the 2025 holiday gift guide, a busy working mom's must-haves to wrap this all up and put a beautiful bow on this episode, we couldn't end without productivity and subscriptions. So the first thing that I want to share with you, which is so near and dear to my heart, and I hold so much space and energy and just really like, this is where so many of the special relationships in my life where they are, and this is inside the High Performance Academy. If you have heard me talk about this before, if you've seen our events, if you have in any way, shape, or form have seen what happens inside this academy, it's absolutely game changing. These women are doing so many amazing things. And the biggest thing that I love is that it is giving these women freedom back in their lives, freedom to be in mom mode and not work mode all day long, freedom to have systems in their businesses and in their homes. So you free up your time and you have space for date nights and play dates and sports and activities and self-care days. Like that to me is the ultimate gift. There's no greater gift than giving yourself the gift of time freedom. And that's what the High Performance Academy does. Plus, you get to link arms with other women who are such incredible women in the community. They are launching books, doing podcasts. They have their own magazines and communities and just totally slaying it in all areas of life. So if you are looking for a supportive community where you will grow and learn and collaborate, this is it. So I'm going to link the information to the High Performance Academy below. After this recording goes out, there will now be a whole process that you have to go through in order to become a member. It will not be doors open anymore. Doors will be closed, and it will only be by application form only after the air date, which this is going to go out about the I want to say the 11th of November. So that being said, get in now before you have to go through this process, because we are growing, we are expanding, and I really hold our members so close to my heart, where there is a process to go through to be able to have the access, have the level of really like not just the women that are in the group, but the access to the speakers, the collaborators that are coming in. It is very high level. So again, if you want to get in, you can check that out below. And you can also, I'll put my email in the notes section of this. If you want to get in and it's after the date, you can email me and we can set up a time for an interview for the High Performance Academy. So I hope to talk to you soon so we can talk about all the opportunities for you inside the Academy, the collaborations, the women, the calls, and really all the doors that it opens by just being in proximity to the power that's in this group. All right, the next item that I want to share that I'm so excited about under productivity and subscriptions is a ticket for you to Called to Lead in 2026. We sold out this year. Right now, the time of this recording, we are in early bird of Called to Lead tickets, but as of 11/11, we are going up to regular pricing for Called to Lead. So get your tickets now, get in the room. For our diamond ticket holders, this is going to be a 2-day event for you. So we're going to have Called to Lead, the big event day. And then the next day, we're going to have a party at my home that's only going to be for the diamonds, the speakers, and the sponsors. So get in the room, have the conversations. I mean, this event alone, like I have already personally heard from friends and clients of mine who are already collaborating with women that they've met at this event, who are already putting on their own events, inviting people onto their podcast. They are getting more media visibility, exposure from being in that room. So get in the room. We have so many, Kelly and I, who is my business collaborator with Call to Lead. We have so many exciting announcements for Call to Lead. So get in the room with us. Get your ticket now. You don't want to wait. All right, a few subscriptions that I believe every busy, not just busy, but every productive entrepreneur should have, and that is a Decipher subscription. This will literally streamline if you do long form content, turn it into podcast summaries, blogs, quotes, break down your video. Like this is a must have if you're doing any kind of content. Like you have to have Decipher. It will make your and your team's life so much easier. And then the second subscription that I want to share with you is an Opus video editing. If you don't have the budget for a full-fledged video editing team, Opus Video will do that for you. Very, very low investments, monthly investment, but again, worth it for unlimited clips that you can put on all the platforms and really get your messaging out into the world so you can brand yourself and be in that position of authority in your space. All right. And to wrap up the 2025 must-have holiday gift guide, I'm going to end with two of my favorite things. So that is the desk calendar for the new year. Now, I will do another training on my yearly calendar prep for the year for 2026. So you've got to get yourself that yearly desk calendar so we can do that exercise together. You can still check out that video on YouTube, which is my sexy calendar planning video. I have one that I do by myself, one that I do with my husband. You can see how we do that. Plan out our entire year, the trips, the work travel, the work days, the retreats, the kids' activities, my work, my husband's work, the kids' schedules. it's all on there. So you definitely want to snag that yearly desk calendar. I linked my favorite below. And then the final gift that I want to share with you for 2025, it's actually sitting right behind me. And that is the Slay Your Day book, and brand new as of 1 month ago, the Slay Your Day journal. These go hand in hand. They work together. So as you go through the book, you can do the journaling prompts. If you have the book, you've got to get the journal. And if you don't have the book, you've got to get the book and the journal together because they go hand in hand. This is the companion journal to the best-selling book, Slay Your Day. And the Slay Your Day journal is brand new. And again, this is something that just released about a month ago. And it's such a beautiful way to reflect and grow and take all of the tools that are in the Slay Your Day book and start putting them into action through the journal. Whew! We went through it. We did all of my favorite things for 2025, the official Slay Your Day holiday gift guide. So excited to share all of these subscriptions and tools and gadgets with you. I know these are the things that make my life easier and so much more full. So I'm so excited that I get to share them with you. All the links are below, so you don't need to worry about where to go to get them or to find them. They're in the description below. If you end up purchasing any of these products and you want to share them with me, tag me on social media. Let me know how you love them. If you're going to send them out to your hubby or partner or spouse to, maybe drop that under the tree or for a present for you this year, let me know how much you love it. Again, these are products that are absolute game changers in my life. And I always want to share with you because sharing is caring. And make sure you share this episode with someone that you love. So when you share this out, the law of reciprocity says that it will come back to you tenfold. So put all that love and light out into the world. Share this out. And I can't wait to see you on the next episode. Until next time, make sure you go out and slay your day.